Welcome to Missions at Trinity. My name is Ted Powers, and I'm the leader of the Trinity Missions team. You've probably heard by now that Trinity is all about experiencing and extending the transforming love of Jesus. And that's what our missions team is all about, is that as the gospel of grace increasingly grips our own hearts and minds, that we're a people who are propelled outward in mission in various ways. We want to see a congregation that is informed about and is committed to and engaged in the Great Commission, in world missions in a variety of ways, and that we would have a congregation that has something of a missions mindset. These are all the concepts articulated in our mission statement at Trinity, and we've tried to do this in a variety of ways. For example, we are involved in supporting various church plants here in the Chicago area. New churches being started, for example, Living Hope in the south side of Chicago that Brad and Shannon Beyer are pastoring at this point. In the Woodlawn community, which is one of the neediest and most violent communities in the Chicago area, but they are doing some wonderful work, and we're just delighted to be partners with them in that. Then there's Nueva Esperanza, which is a Spanish-speaking congregation being planted in the West Chicago community. Al Guerra is the pastor there, and even though they're only like 4 years old or something, they're in the low 200s in terms of attendance. They've seen many people come to know Christ, and they've just recently launched off their first daughter church, and we're in partnership with them as well. And then there's Boulevard Presbyterian Church. That's called Boulevard Pres because it's located near Austin Boulevard that separates Oak Park and the Austin community, which is the furthermost western neighborhood of Chicago. And this is a church plant going in that's very diverse and is reaching the very African-American oriented community of Austin, as well as the more diverse community of Oak Park. And Jeff and Cindy Schneider are involved in starting that church, and we're in partnership with them as well. And on top of those things, we're involved in something called The Bridge, which you'll probably hear a lot about at Trinity over the course of the years. This is something we actually helped get started like 12 years ago, that is a service that meets on Tuesday nights and targets those who are ex-cons and those caught up in the street lifestyle. And we go several times a year to host these events, to provide a meal for those who attend, to greet everybody who is there. I and some of the others from our presbytery preach at this gathering, and it's been just a great way for our church to be involved in what is often called the underbelly of Chicago. Now, in addition to some of these church plants here in the Chicago area, we're involved in helping support 2 different campus ministries with our denomination's campus-oriented ministry called Reformed University Fellowship, or RUF for short. And then there's foreign missions. We're involved in supporting Seima Aoyagi, for instance, who is a Japanese national planting a church in Tokyo, and he has done just a terrific job. But with all the things that are going on, the area that we are most involved in is Haiti. We've been involved there for 7 or 8 years, along with other churches in our presbytery, in a ministry that we now call the Chicago Friends of Haiti, that involves, like I said, churches from our presbytery and a variety of other individuals and organizations who have begun to partner with us. And we do this in conjunction with a Haitian ministry called ESMI, which stands for El Shaddai Ministries International. On top of all of that, we are involved in Cavillon, at the orphanage and the mission in this town called Cavillon. A number of years ago, as we were making connections all over Haiti, involved in a variety of different missions, ESMI asked our group if we would just take over the new orphanage and mission that they had at Cavillon, and it was in bad shape. It was their newest, and it was by far the worst orphanage that they had. The facilities were in bad shape, and the children were in bad shape from malnutrition, worms, disease, all sorts of other things. As a matter of fact, in the early years, we had a couple of the children die. And so we embraced this orphanage And we've been working hard on developing their facilities so that they're quality facilities. There are excellent dormitories now, a new kitchen that provides healthy meals, bathrooms, a water system that we've installed there provides clean water, a bakery, a church, a school, and soon we hope to build a medical clinic that will serve that mission, the school, and the broader community as well. We've seen the kids make so much progress in their physical health and their spiritual vitality. And we've developed a really good relationship there. That's one place where we have been so excited to see God use us to make a real difference in the lives of these 85 children, along with house moms and staff and teachers and others in that community, because we've just chosen one place where we can be invested on a long-term, sustainable way. And through many of the different projects that we're involved in, installing water purification systems and other projects, we don't just go in and do them. At the same time, we train Haitians in all of those enterprises so that they can own them themselves and create jobs for themselves and for their families. And one of the ways we sponsor this orphanage at Cavillon is by offering specific sponsorships for each of the different children that are there. It costs $90 per child to meet all of the different needs they have for food, for housing, for the house moms and the staff, and the maintenance of the property, the schooling, just everything that they need. Then this gives us a real personal connection with these kids as well as provide for their needs. This allows us to pray for them, to send them notes. They send notes back to us. It's a great way for our kids to be involved in this because they can write some notes, they can pray, they can do collections as well for these kids. And this has been one of the most invigorating and enjoyable and rewarding ministries that I think that we have been involved in over the years. So this is just a snapshot of our missions at Trinity. I hope that as you consider being involved in the Trinity family, that you will also consider being involved in missions at Trinity. I would love to get to know you. I'd love to be able to share with you more of the things that are going on. So please feel free to grab me on a Sunday morning at some point. I'd love to get to know you, talk with you more about these mission enterprises. And as you consider then being a part of Trinity, consider maybe even joining our missions team, sponsoring one of these kids, going on a missions trip to Haiti, certainly becoming informed about and praying for some of these wonderful and exciting partnerships that we are involved in at Missions at Trinity. Thank you.